64 win over Northern Kentucky on Friday, and then turned around and won 97-46 against Bellarmine on Saturday. The women's team will be back in action tomorrow as they'll host Tennessee Martin at the KFC Yum Center at 2:30. Some other changes to their schedule were announced over the weekend as well, as Louisville's home game against North Carolina that was scheduled for Tuesday will be rescheduled, and their game against Florida State on this Sunday has been postponed. Tennessee Martin has already replaced North Carolina on the Tuesday schedule, and Sunday's game against Florida State has already been replaced with Clemson, as the Cards will host them. Over the weekend, the Louisville men's basketball team improved to 7-1 on the year with a 76-64 win over Boston College. David Johnson led the way for the Cards with a career-high 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Cards will be back in action on Wednesday when they host number 24 Virginia Tech at 6:30. You'll be able to catch that on the ACC network. And last but certainly not least, several changes are happening in the NFL. The Cincinnati Bengals announced earlier today that they will be retaining Zach Taylor as their head coach for a third season, despite his 6-25-1 record. Owner Mike Brown said, "We remain bullish on the foundation Zach is building, and we look forward to next year, giving our fans the winning results we want." And with the NFL draft order set, the Cincinnati Bengals will be picking number 5 in the 2021 NFL draft. On the other hand, the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to cut ties with their head coach Doug Marrone earlier today, and it is rumored that Urban Meyer might be taking over the Jaguars, who will retain the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, meaning they will probably draft Trevor Lawrence. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Get your engagement ring your way. Choose from the largest selection of unique ring settings and loose diamonds, rubies, and sapphires. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Start 2021 off with a new long-term career. Hood Container is a world-class box and packaging supply manufacturer in the heart of downtown Louisville. Join Hood Container's team with a starting pay of $15 an hour. Multiple positions available, so apply now for a full-time permanent position with benefits or weekend positions. There's opportunity for quick advancement and no experience is required as you learn on the job. Apply in person at 1121 West Kentucky Street or go to hoodcontainer.com and upload your resume. Start 2021 with a new career at Hood Container.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's looking. Now look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maben. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maben off the steal.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maben. You about midway to the midday with Marcus Maben. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maben. So sit back.
Yo, what up, Steve?
Maben.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
Yeah.
Every time I
Just
step
keep
up
doing
in
it.
the
Had
field,
your food, didn't we?
everybody hands go up.
You had your
And they
food.
stay there.
I had the world
And they stay
wondering
there.
what's going down
And they stay there.
at 93.9. All I do is win, baby. Good job, fellas. Way to make my Monday morning where it needs to be. Got a great show for y'all today. Welcome back. It's 8150 93.9 is the number. 3831 93.9 is the text line. Steve Rummage in the building. Brian Hall in the booth.
Man, another good weekend. It's there's not a lot going wrong right now. I enjoy my team. It's fun. We're gonna get to see him play again. 2 big games this weekend, or this week.
Right.
And then all around the sports world, man. There's a ton to talk about.
Brian Hall in the booth. Congratulations, my man.
Thanks. What?
Oh, you're not a Vikings fan anymore?
Oh, I am, but I mean, we're not making the playoffs. We got
Yeah.
to win, but we're just not there.
Why didn't y'all congratulate me? Top 10 pick. Cowboys. Top 10 pick.
Hey, who the line's going to hire?
Nobody. Hopefully an offensive guy. Jerk.
Any rumored names?
Somebody don't even
Some
want
behind the scenes talk, maybe?
some guy that don't even field the defense.
Urban Meyer? Oh, yeah.
So, just like,
I swear. Listen, it was the worst ending to a season that I've ever lived through in my life.
that was terrible.
It was the worst thing
I know.
I've ever lived through. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. So
Okay, Brian, bring the spirits back up.
I am. Hey, we got to win. So let's keep riding the win train. We're going into a top 25 matchup on Wednesday against Virginia Tech. I'm assuming. I don't want to assume too far, but Louisville might be a top 25 team as well. So it might be a battle of top 25 teams. It's the first time we've had that in a while.
I think they'll be
That's a
just
good point. We're just outside.
I think they'll be just outside. Yeah,
They're scared
still.
to put us back in the top 25 because of us wetting the bed against Wisconsin.
But to Brian's point, I mean, it still be big.
I got some more good news for you.
Okay.
And this one you might actually be okay with. Instead of Robbie Bell, we're bringing Cole Bentley back.
Okay, that was better. That was better. That's better news.
All right.
I'm not doing the Kentucky thing where they've been wetting the bed every time a guy announces they come back. I'm like, that team just got their teeth kicked in for for a whole season. Like every guy they get back, they're like, yeah, got another one. Like, that team's terrible.
Yeah, listen, no, listen,
I don't know what to say.
Listen, living on campus is fun. They'd rather be at Kentucky than doing whatever they was going to do.
Selling insurance? Yeah, I guess so. But
congrats to Lamar Jackson too on making the playoffs yet again.
Yeah. And I'm going to get to that real quick too. But Cole Bentley, Robbie Bell. I don't mean that it's disrespect to them. I just hope that we have guys coming up that can take their jobs. CJ Avery, I think that one got people a little more excited he's a defensive captain.
Oh, definitely excited.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have one or two coming back that excites you. But for depth purposes, or hey, maybe we don't have depth and maybe we're going to need them to play. And if so, God have mercy on our soul. But so there's that. Lamar Jackson got rolling.
Yes, sir.
He's got a good game. I think I'm glad he got the Titans.
I'm so glad he got the Titans.
Yeah.
Very winnable.
Yeah.
Titans are good, but who cares if Lamar goes and he gets some easy matchup that nobody respects, and then he gets, rolled. You know what I'm saying? Or he rolls and then gets rolled by Kansas City the next round and still like, hey, he won one game. He has a chance by getting the Titans on his schedule.
Yeah.
Got a chance to.
Steve did McCarthy purposely not challenge that call because he wanted to lose. That's what I would like to think, but I just think he is inept and doesn't understand what he's doing. So I'll just go. He's terrible.
Does that make Aaron Rodgers look so much more validated?
Yeah, it does. It's painful to say, but it does. Yeah.
So everybody wonder why Aaron Rodgers acted like he had an arrogance, like he was the smartest person in the room.
No, because he was. Like Mike McCarthy, literally, I don't know. Because I would like to think that, like what the Eagles pulled last night, which I thought was hilarious because I don't like the Giants or but I don't like the Eagles either. So it doesn't really matter. But I thought that was hilarious. That was like, look, man, hey, I need my draft spot. So I'm going to take my guys out. I'm going to throw the game. I feel like that was.
Are they going to get in trouble by the NFL?
I don't know what you can do. It's not I'm not saying I love what they did, but they were pretty, you feel like that was calculated. With McCarthy, part of me wants to say, well, you didn't challenge that because maybe you kind of, because if they, if you win that game, the Redskins end up winning. The team in Washington, the Washington soccer team. So I'm gonna call them until they come up with a name. But they end up winning. You just gained another win, and now you fell back, 4 or 5 draft spots. So I would like to think they did that, but I really don't think he understands that. I think he was just like, yeah, he got it. But anyway, so I am excited about Lamar. I am going to
panic level on your running backs coach.
Not very high. I hate losing him, but that's part of the game. When guys are good, and he went back to a place where it's his home, so it is what it is. I think we'll get a good one. So I'm more worried about getting a guy in here that can recruit. So
yeah, so you'd rather have a recruiter than especially at the running back position.
Yeah.
Get a recruiter.
Yeah,
absolutely. All the running backs we played that are good, like there's no running back coach is teaching him anything.
Right. I'm kind of going through the text before we dive head first into this basketball team, which I love. Lamar is going to punish the Titans for knocking him out last year. That's kind of my point. I think he's going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. So I like that game.
You think the team really tries to back him up on this?
Yeah, one? I do. 100%. Sounds like the NCAA will announce the tourney will officially be played in Indy. Yeah, and not just that. Apparently today they're going to start announcing some sites, so we'll get a little more of an insight on where we will be playing. Of course, that conversation is only relevant for one team in this area. Well, two, Western. But we'll talk some NCAA tournament sites. Be exciting. Okay, real quick question.
I'm listening.
If they allow some fans, are y'all like, is the NCAA tournament this year? What I'm asking is, I don't think it'll be full, but because my wife asked me this, that's why I'm asking y'all, because she said we were talking about just planning different things. We're going to go to a couple days of Disney at the 1st of February, and she had to take a week off because she's going to extend, and she gets a free week off sometime in that area. She said, are you going to go to any of the tournament games, even if it's less capacity? And I told her, I think so. So I was curious, how many people do you think with it being in Indy, you think there's enough? I mean, because
here's the thing.
Am I prisoner of the moment because I'm in love with my team? Or
here's the thing. Right now, everybody's nodding their head no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying they're really excited. Okay, right now, the level we're at as a fan base is I might break some of the guidelines to throw a little bit of a watch party.
Fair enough.
Right? Or there's plenty of good restaurants with good options, and they can social distance you real good, and they got TVs and all this good stuff. But they're going to want to step out of their element to watch this game, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're at right now. If you keep going at the same trajectory, right?
Right.
But Steve, if Charles Minlin is better than DeAndre Davis,
okay.
If Charles Minlin joins this team, and if Malik Williams gets back on this team, then everything we just said about not going is not even a conversation.
Oh, yes. I will walk to
listen, what is our
Indy?
What is our allotment, and when will it be released?
And how much do I need to pay?
And I'll take an injection at the door.
Yes. Yes. I'll say, well, you've got to be vaccinated 17 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not one. But Steve.
By the way, my wife got that. So she's not. I'm monitoring it because people know I'm not getting into this conversation.
Right.
I don't take a flu shot. Like I don't like to vaccinate. I don't do that. It's just me. But my kids were vaccinated, whatever. So she took it. So I'm monitoring her very closely.
Right.
Yeah. So
but no, point being,
she's like, and I'm terrible. I'm the worst because she's like, is it cold in there to you? I'm like, no, well, you vaccinated. Vaccine.
You may have a cold.
She's like, yeah. Is it warm? Yeah, no, that's probably a side effect. I'm watching every side effect from her. So so far she's great though.
I think the attitude will change if Charles Minlin looks like he's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And something happens, Steve.
Well, and let's not get it twisted. Louisville won't have a problem getting rid of their allotment of tournament tickets. Yeah.
So something happens, Steve.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can jump to if I can work on the fly. If I can work on the fly, okay. I want you to see this last play. Okay, keep the people occupied for about 30 more seconds if you can.
Okay. Well, one more thing that come out before we get to the team. The net rankings come out today. Brian, did you see the net rankings?
I haven't seen them yet. I knew they came out today.
Okay. Well, they just like in the last 20 minutes.
Got it.
Okay.
Louisville's 33rd. So that's not bad. It does kind of show you the computers don't love them yet, but they're going to have a lot of chances. Their one loss was to number 11, Wisconsin.
Wait, is Wisconsin 11 in the net or
11 in the net?
Okay.
So, it's good. I mean, but they're solidly, that would be Louisville solidly in the field. So Kentucky's 144. So if there was 2 tournaments, Kentucky would be about 20 spots out. So,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do you mean if there was 2 tournaments, Steve?
So if you played 2 NCAA tournaments right now,
you mean like Division I tournament and then a secondary?
Kentucky wouldn't quite be on the bubble of the second tournament if they were playing 2 tournaments.
Even with Allen?
Oh yeah. Well, no, probably a 1 seed. Yeah.
So, Steve, I want you to see something before we move forward. This is to make the point. I'm going to want you to look at this. You're not going to have any idea what you're looking for.
Okay.
But I want you to spot. I'm
looking at Louisville Boston College.
And it's going to be a very innocuous play, right? Or just a random play.
Okay.
But I want you to focus on what you see. Okay. It's going to be kind of weird, y'all. It's bad radio, but
okay.
I think Steve's going to be glad I showed him this.
I'm watching.
And it's something that I noticed.
Okay, I'm watching. Okay. Did I miss it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I can't really see it.
We'll do it again. Pay attention.
Okay, I'm watching. This is the last play of the half.
Okay, it happens after this.
Okay.
I went back a little too far.
Yeah, he did. Sorry, we're watching this. All right.
Actually, I screwed that up, Steve. We went all the way to the
where the game's over.
Right here. Look,
is Gabe?
I'm gonna give you one last. Okay. Red shirt.
Okay. Oh, Malik. Oh, okay.
Look at Malik.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at him chasing that ball down. Malik's moving well. That's a good call, man. That was a good eye.
Look.
That's a really good eye. You guys, listen, I want everybody right now, if you're listening, go to the Louisville Boston College condensed game on YouTube. Fast forward to about the 4 minute 30-second mark and watch Malik go after this ball. He's moving pretty good, ain't he? Coach Mack said we might be looking at beginning of February.
Explain to them how good he's moving. Tell them.
No, yeah. Look, he jumps now. He goes at. Look, he plants on his foot.
Bad foot.
Yeah.
He listen. Okay, I'm explaining people what.
Okay, yeah. Now we're here.
Okay,
this is good.
What happens is the last shot of the Boston College, they throw it all. They just do that long. A Hail Mary shot or whatever,
Yeah.
It misses the rim and air balls. Malik jumps up and jumps after it. He kind of misses it on the first one, and then he takes about 2 other steps.
Yeah.
So we see him walking around in his boot, and we're like, God, when is he going to come back? If you look at this video, if that's where you're at right now,
yeah,
what is he going to be like in a month?
Yeah. No, yeah, he'll be ready to go. Yeah, he'll be ready to play, man. That was a good catch. That was a really good catch.
Listen, I was watching the game and I was like, that ball boy over there looks like he's pretty spry. And I said, is that Malik?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that Malik? That was good defense too.
That was a good catch. Yeah. So, before we dive into this game, we do know that Charles is probably going to come back maybe this week, definitely next week, but maybe this week it looks like. And Coach Mack addressed Malik too and said that, we're looking probably mid-January. He's going to get to start getting back to doing some things. And then beginning of February might be a good shot at the first couple of weeks of February, getting him back into the rotation. That means he would have a full month of ball. He would play 8 games before we got to the ACC tournament.
At least.
Now, let's come back. Why does that excite me? Well, that excites me for multiple reasons. but it excites me because we're learning something about this Louisville basketball team the more we watch them.
Well, Steve,
yeah.
Do you want to dive all the way in that, or do you want to take a quick early break?
Either way.
I think it's because here's the thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to force this fan base to apologize to Coach Mack.
Okay.
I'll lead the apology,
but
I'm going to force everyone else to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Exactly why we should all be apologizing.
Yeah. And there's some things to talk about that.
You said it.
Yeah.
It's been right in front of our face.
Yeah, it's been right in front of our face, man.
We refuse to acknowledge it because the shiny toys sometimes distract you.
But we knew, and I know we're trying to segue here, but we knew with a smart fan base and something watching these games told us, I can't put my finger on it, but this team can be good. And we were focusing on one thing when in reality, the answer was right there.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand, from the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago. I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial Pound Law on your cell phone. That's Pound 529, offices Louisville.
When you can't get to Double Dogs, bring Double Dogs to you. All you need to do is fetch and go. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure everyone in your family can enjoy their favorites. Now offering family-style dinner deals for a limited time. See our menu at www.doubledogs.biz and then give us a call to order. Come pick your order up curbside today at the Middletown Commons location. Take the night off and let Double Dogs do the cooking with Fetch and Go.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Phocus. Try it today.
Hey guys, it's Andy Sweeney here. When it was time to expand our offices and studios at ESPN Louisville, guys, the choice was easy. Round Construction. Find them online today, roundconstruction.com. They're family owned and have been serving the Louisville area now for 60 years. Owners Rich Banks and Bill Receiver could not have been easier to work with. Their knowledge, professionalism, and attention to detail were absolutely top-notch. Bottom line, Round Construction did everything they said they would do and more. Round Construction specializes in commercial general contracting. You've probably seen their work at 4th Street Live, as well as many healthcare facilities around the area. For their full portfolio, visit roundconstruction.com. We trusted Round Construction for our expansion, and you should too. For your next project, use Round Construction. Online at roundconstruction.com or give them a call, 581-9191.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. with interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Since 1929, Shane Company's been part of over 1 million perfect proposals. An engagement ring is a symbol of your natural love, a love that's pure, unique, and rare. Choose a center stone that will reflect that. At Shane Company, all of our diamonds, rubies, and sapphires are natural, rare stones, sourced directly from suppliers worldwide who share our dedication to the highest ethical standards. Because we have the largest selection of natural stones in every price range, and each stone has its own unique characteristics, it'll be easy to find a center stone that's perfect for the two of you. Visit our store or go online to create a one-of-a-kind ring that's as genuine as your love story. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Tennessee. 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 Lord, I've
can be really good. I feel like they are pretty good. But we immediately kept going back to they're not shooting it really well. All right. You know, they're not in a lot of movement on offense, you know, like so I feel like it, but I've talked to a lot of Louisville fans that felt almost a little bit gun shy or confused to jump off on that, because it was like, I mean, they're not really clicking offensively, but yet my brain is telling me that's a good team. It's a pretty good team.
Outside of Wisconsin, we felt like we were in control of every game.
Yeah.
No game took any comebacks, outside of slow starts, but those aren't really comebacks. Those are kind of still out.
I mean, but it was like we won. And then Saturday, it hit me what it was.
What was it, Steve?
This team is very, very good defensively. I'm watching this game, and then I start retroactively going through other games, and I'm going, you know what? It's really hard to get to the bucket on this team. I mean, really hard. Even if you get out on an island, if you get a guy one-on-one, most of our guys keep their man in front of them. Then you start to watch, and I'll kind of transition and flip the ball to you too, because I know you have some stuff on this, and apology. Then I'm watching, and you're just watching communication, and you start to see there was 2 or 3 possessions against Boston College, and you go back to the Kentucky game, and of course on that side of it, and then there's some on our side too. It's like, it's just a bad game. They play well, and you're like, go back and watch it. You're like, oh, we did play well. We played pretty well defensively. And then you go back to the other games, and you're like, dang, they looked good defensively. And Saturday, they looked almost like a oiled machine.
And you got to remember too, like when you saw shots of Kentucky go up and they missed, in your mind, it was just somebody missing it, and Louisville got a lucky break. Steve and I, watching the game, watched guys recognize he's a scout report. No, don't chase him out there. Like in the middle of running after a shooter.
2 guys.
Yeah, right. Like
one time, number 1 caught it on the wing.
Wide
2
open.
guys turned, went after, and then they both split and went to deny the pass.
Yeah,
it was like
the threats.
Oh, you can have that. And then it was number 1. He had already missed like 3 or 4, and then he shoots bricks, and we get the rebound and
like
go on.
You could literally watch them. This is a switch. This is a fight through the screen. This one here. Talk, go,
Yeah.
So I'm watching that with Steve, and we're in the studio, for the pregame. We just stayed around. So now your energy's going up. Now you're like watching these kids lock in on their man defensively.
The energy in our room was getting. You're like,
right.
let's go.
Listen, you watch Carleek
Yeah.
get deflections on his man. You remember last year where we were like, "There's no ball pressure." Like, Coach Smack, I'm not going to tolerate no ball pressure for the next 15 years of my life. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Watching you coach.
I was cussing him under my breath. I was like, okay, this is how he coaches.
Right?
And it's going to be terrible.
So all last year, people, you saw a team of seniors, but you never saw you basically never saw one-on-one jumping in somebody's face close enough to disturb the ball. You know what I'm saying? When they're dribbling to smack it loose and anything like that, and still be in guarding position to stay in front of a guy. So now you're starting to see this defense kind of extend and kind of get up in people. So it's like your defense started to be the aggressor in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching that, and I'm watching these rotations as I'm watching the help side, and I'm like, everybody's in perfect position, right? And then I said, oh my God, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. This was the answer right in front of us, y'all. I said, there is no way on God's green earth a guy who started playing college basketball at 15 understands these defensive rotational principles. There's no way Aiden's going to be on that floor. I watched 5 dudes on a string, Steve.
Yeah.
I watched them on an absolute string. I watched Quentin come in the game. You remember, like, we're laughing about Gabe getting in last week or something before Aiden, right?
Right.
And can you imagine, to somebody who's not really a sports fan, listening to Coach say, I was most proud of the way he talked.
Mm-hmm.
But does he have a funny voice? Barry White voice or something? He talked a lot. That's why he's in the game. And you get him, and you look out there, and you see he's quarterbacking the defense from the back line like Malik does.
Yeah.
And now you're like, Aiden's not confident enough to quarterback a defense from the back. He's still trying to get his guarding position right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I watched the game of us be like suffocating on defense. And I'm like, listen, you're going to put in some plays throughout the season. You're going to put in some offensive sets.
Sure.
But by tournament time, everybody knows all your actions, right? So Coach Mack is kind of we got to do the guarding thing first. Mm-hmm. We got to do the rebounding. Did you see our team fight for defensive rebounds?
Yeah.
At the 50-50 balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how hard did they start fighting? So you're watching that and you're like, hey, this is starting to look like a different. How much different does that team look defensively than what you saw last year on film?
Oh, it's like night and day.
Like it's right. So here's the thing. You're like, okay, coach didn't turn into a different coach. You know what I'm saying? He just, I don't know if it's foot speed, you know what I'm saying, or just determination.
Oh, it's better defenders. I mean, because one thing I will say, and I said this last year, even a guy like Dwayne Sutton, we immediately just pegged him big time defensive, on the ball defender.
Right.
He really wasn't. I mean, when you watched him play, you're like,
he was just better than.
He's not a great on the ball defender.
He was just better than what we had.
Yeah, he was long, and he hustled, and he made up for what he couldn't do, with extra, and stuff, and he rebounded well. But I mean, really, this year we have a lot of guys who can defend one-on-one, and that's what I'm saying. The main thing, how do you get to the basket against the pack line? Sometimes you try to if you can, okay, let me get give me one guy out here, I get around one, you can't really do that with our team. The only time you're getting buckets at the basket are kind of broken plays where sometimes bad bounce, different stuff.
But here's the thing. It's like it's the Donovan Mitchell effect. The first time you saw Donovan Mitchell at Duke turn his defense into offense, I'm going to make you uncomfortable now.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to pack line it. And once our pack line has like locked in, now they start extending. You
called it in the pregame with Carleek and defensively. And that showed. It showed very much so. And that was that needs to be acknowledged.
By the way, the phone lines are open. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. What Steve is referring to in the pregame, I said, this is a game. We were talking about like players of the game, who predictions and stuff like that. Defense. Yeah, I said I thought Carleek was going to be the defensive player of the game.
Yeah,
because I've seen Carleek get a little more, like, okay, David's comfortable now. Everybody looks a little more comfortable now. Now I can start. Listen, some of these weaker point guards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Carleek is going to start preying on them.
Yeah.
Like you can tell he just wasn't there yet. I'm not reaching yet, even though I know. So notice how like he knocks the ball out of bounds a couple times from the offensive player. He kind of gets some deflections, got some bad breaks on the deflections.
Yeah.
But they're there. So now you see, DeAndre Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be careful with him.
Yeah.
Y'all be careful with him on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys are starting to extend a lot more.
Watching more, you want to know the answer why he can struggle a little bit offensively and still get the minutes he's getting. Watching defensively like that. Of course, he ended up with 11. We'll get to more player specific.
Josh Nickelberry gets in the game.
I like him.
He keeps his man in front of him. He gives up that and one. God, I'm so mad at him on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, outside. Watch Jalen Withers out there defensively.
Yeah.
I owe him an apology. I owe Coach Mack an apology.
Well, again, I don't know that we owe Jalen an apology. That was my point.
Actually, yeah.
We said offensively, he was soft.
Yep.
And that might still be the case.
But we took away.
But yeah, it's like, and that was kind of my point with a lot of fans, man. Because I mean, me included, we were all talking, and everybody's like, I just can't point it, but man, they feel like they're good. And then it's like, well, because we weren't looking at them as a defensive team, and you're like, they can really play, they can D up. And so now again, Jalen on the defensive end, I thought it's been pretty good. But offensively, I still stick to okay,
good,
I think
good
he
point.
Was soft there, but yeah. Oh, how many charges did we take Saturday?
Josh had 2. Jalen had 1 that I know of.
We had to have 4 or 5.
They missed us. They missed us on a couple. Couple.
Yeah. Well, they missed a lot. God, that was about as bad as it gets, man.
Jalen has kept his shoes on. Texter says.
Yeah. Josh, the best charge taker on the team. That might be true.
He took 2 good ones. Look, am I just gonna like mark Quinn down for one? Like, just I don't even.
I'm like, Quinn had to have had one, right?
I don't really remember. Brian, did Quinn take a charge?
I don't recall one, honestly, that game.
Quinn had a charge.
But we'll say he did.
Him or Gabe did. All right. What about Gabe? Yeah, Gabe. We'll try to stay on the defensive conversation for a few minutes because I know in the second hour we do need to talk about. I do want to talk about player specific and start breaking some of these plays down, and different things. Defensively, though, Gabe was good again. I thought. I mean, he didn't give up a lot, if anything.
And he
pick and roll. He is
offensively. he got his hand on like 3 or 4 rebounds. Now, he did not finish, but you could see them.
We did the second time.
Yeah.
He corrected his mistake. I liked that.
But see, I meant finished on a couple times. He got his hands on the basketball, finished like getting the rebound all the way.
Sure.
He ended up deflecting it.
I was talking about an actual finish.
So you got to get those comfortable moments where you actually get the basketball in your hand and slow down enough to get fouled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Quinn got the ball under the basket. He got the pump fake. Guy gets away with the block, but it's a teaching moment, Quinn.
Yeah.
You come away with that foul.
Absolutely.
DeAndre gets his guy on the post.
Yeah.
Ends up spin move. He shoots it. He misses it. We were attacking the offensive board as well, a little more than normal. So yeah, those guys, I thought they took huge steps up.
I did too
on the glass.
Okay, let me since I'm kind of holding off before we dive into some of these player specifics, maybe till 11 o'clock. Okay, let me ask you, because I've tried to avoid this because I don't like the excuse making, because I'm like, y'all are finely tuned machines at times, as far as personally your bodies. Did that 10-day layoff maybe it took a little more out of them than we gave credit for? And I'm not just talking about the Wisconsin game. Wisconsin was better than you. Okay, nobody's arguing that. Like you weren't going to be Wisconsin that day probably, especially missing a couple guys. Maybe we get everybody back healthy and catch them again in March. I might feel a little different, but I'm not trying to make an excuse for losing that game.
Right.
But I'm saying just where would they be right now
without the
10-day?
I'm with you, Steve. Another example of that, just to kind of prove your point, is the women's team, who was off like over 3 weeks.
Good point.
They were almost tied with Northern Kentucky at halftime, and that just shows you that time off. It took them a little while to get up to speed.
That's a really good point, because I watched that game late into the second half. I mean, the fourth quarter, and Lindsey Duvall, shout out Bullitt County, was making plays. It was like that was a game, I think our women were
in control.
They're a really good team, but that's a really good point by Brian. Like maybe that might be a case in point right there, that and they just haven't been playing games. Like our women haven't been the ones that have been out. That's why I really like that Dana Evans corrected someone, a national media person, who mentioned something about why isn't Louisville being able to get games? They must be doing something. And she was like, hold up. We have not had any game canceled on our end.
Right.
Like these other people are, at this point, I think the ACC is just ducking them. But I just think they're ducking them. Like, we're not going to play them. So
until they reschedule it. Listen, the moment they fill somebody's schedule, okay, we're good.
Yeah. But to Brian's point, they're just not playing games. We shut down for 10 days. Boom, nothing. Maybe okay, so I'll go back. I'm kind of asking you. I don't know.
Listen, the college coaches have a lot of nightmares. College basketball players, or basketball coaches, a lot of things keep them up at night. Worried about late night phone calls. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The team things. Nothing scares a college basketball coach like 3 days home vacation, holiday vacation. Coaches, they will have a talk with you, Steve, and it's just the worst. You got 2.5 days off, Steve. Think about this.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of your season, and the coaches have to give you, they will schedule a 5 o'clock practice just so you won't have all that time. You know what I'm saying? They will give you a shoot around the morning of that you return, just to get you back running in a basketball format. Think about it. Your Christmas break is 2.5 to 3 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the coaches are like, oh my God, they're going to lose all their conditioning.
Yeah.
In 3 days, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
10.
I know. 10. Can't do anything.
But they're supposed to be self-motivated. Dude, chasing Nate Johnson up and down the court is not the same.
But do we know?
As jogging. at home. Look, jogging up Bunker Hill Road in Clarksville.
But do we know that they were able to do anything?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
even if you went for a run outside,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Some of them were, but I mean, if he said 90% of the team had it, they weren't allowed to leave.
Right.
So like,
I mean,
you're doing push-ups. You're doing seriously, like you're jogging down the hallway or something. I don't know.
They're doing like Brian.
I'm a Pacer. Big fan of the Pacers.
Brian's almost mowed me down a couple times. Like, oh, hey, where you going?
Brian,
get out of my path. Get out of my way.
Brian just dashing up and down.
But no,
that's about the most they can do.
I know. So
and there's no cardio to that.
No. So I mean, maybe that took a little more out of them than we gave credit for, because we tried to do I'm saying we as a fan base tried to do the no excuses. Look, okay, Wisconsin's
everybody's
better.
going through it.
Yeah, bounce back. You got to win games. You got to win. And we've done that.
You wanted to play.
Yeah, right. And maybe it did take a little bit out of them. But regardless, I do think that they have a shot to be an elite defensive team this year. I mean, as they continue to add guys back, and I'm talking as we get into March.
That's also watching them defensively is also.
I'm saying elite compared to the other teams this season. Maybe all time great.
In the top, in the
top 10.
Who you're playing against this year. And what the field is, you have a chance to be one of the better defensive systems in the field. So I'm watching them defensively, and then I'm like, you got to have good wills to play defense like that. Because on offense, you can control when you use a bad will. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a rolled ankle on offense, you can kind of control your movements, right? But when you're playing really, really tight knit defense, you're reacting to everybody else. So you can't have knee and ankle issues and you can't protect it. Like even if you play man-to-man defense and you're like a strong defender, you can have a little hitch in your giddy up and still be smart enough, crafty enough to kind of keep a guy out of the paint. But if you're pack line where you're like your teammates opponent is just as much a threat as yours.
Yeah.
So you're playing recovery all game long.
Yeah.
And help recovery. And it requires a lot of energy and a lot of last minute dexterity, last minute changes of mind, just all out,
Sure.
Yeah, all out stop and goes, So it's like I'm just watching the game and I'm like, Coach, you have to take your time. I see why Coach is taking his time with the Josh Nickelberry. I can see, for Josh Nickelberry to be a tight defender, he's going to have to be 110% healthy.
Yeah.
And if there's something that doesn't look right, we're going to look at the video. If he's not closing out with the right foot, he's going to put our defense in jeopardy. So can you imagine Aiden running out and his help is middle and he runs out with his left foot, a top side.
Yeah.
And coach is going, no, like your help is hit. Like to us is like, okay, to the typical fan, you're like, what difference is what foot he closes out with? What difference does that make?
Yeah.
Go guard your man. You know what I'm saying? And Aiden just ran out there to guard his man.
Yeah.
He's happy he's in the right position, but if he doesn't close out with the right foot, going to the help.
Oh, sure.
He's losing containment. So you're the lineman that's, that you take a misstep and now you're picking your quarterback off the ground.
Well, it's when you're even a game like Saturday, when a team, regardless of if you feel like the calls are not as the best or not, a team's kind of going on a little run and they're giving one last burst here and they cut it to 9. And then if you're in the game, that can be the difference, man. Like that could be the difference of instead of now Louisville gets that stop, they cut it to 7. Louisville gets that stop.
Everybody was in the right position.
Yeah. Quinn goes down, hits a 3. Boom, we're back. Okay, now it's back open. What if you're down 7? Everybody's in right position. Aiden, somebody like that's in who doesn't get it. They give it up there. Boom, they get to the bucket. Somebody helps over and once 4-point game. Now you're in a game. Like that's the difference of so everybody was in the right spot. They did exactly what it needed to take to win that game.
So and I'm watching it and I'm thinking about, all the coaches talking about the talent, all the NBA coaches talking about the talent that comes into the league. And they talk about how everybody's talented, but the smart ones get the defensive rotations. Those interviews where LeBron can say, no, so the ball went to so-and-so, we had a rotation, I had to go left, bless you. We had to go left, he went over to, one side and those defensive rotations in the NBA game is the difference between why you play and why you don't play.
Sure.
We are in love with like fantasy offense and the dunks and threes. We just pay attention to offense so much that you forget the game is everybody so talented that the game analytics are changing to tough shots and all defensive rotations.
But now let me give us as a fan base a pass as well. We're also learning, Coach Mack. We're learning what type of team we're going to be for the next 15, 20 years.
Team from last
year.
Well,
and really, truthfully, this is Coach Mack's first team. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not being mean when I say untainted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, with different styles.
And I think we as a fan base are learning too. Okay, this is the team we are. We were a Rick Pitino team for 17 years or whatever, 18 years. I mean, that we were a Rick Pitino team. We knew what we were. Now, okay, what are we? We're learning that, and this fan base can adapt.
And let me stop this one right now. The Are We Virginia thing, right? The reason we're not going to play that game, and I don't bring it here, because you watch Virginia purposely milk the clock on offense to limit possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Did that team look like they were milking the clock to not shoot the ball? Does Coach Mack, when you look at his offensive freedom, it's not Virginia.
No.
So
no.
So
I don't.
people,
but I get it. I think you hear pack line,
right? But that's what I'm
sure.
saying. No. Let's draw a significant difference.
No, yeah.
Just because our defense has Virginia principles on it on the offensive end, Coach Mack shoots the ball early in the shot clock, late in the shot clock. If you can take your man, you take him. If you see something there, you go get it.
This is not a great shooting team, and they look like they have a
green light
to shoot the ball when you're open. Yeah.
Right.
And this, like I said, this isn't a great shooting team, and they're not going to become a great shooting team. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
But listen, he gets mad when the shots and the rotations come to you, when the shots or the rotations come to you, he says, you're putting us in bad rebounding position if you don't take the shot.
But he gives his shooters confidence, man. That's why Josh Nickelberry has so much confidence. I saw that quite.
On the heat in your home is a common event. If you're not sure your heating system is ready for the winter months ahead, it may be time to call who we call at the station, DFH Company. Heating and cooling has been their family business since 1935. This month from DFH, you can get 18 months special financing on qualified Trane comfort systems from the DFH Company. It's hard to start up a Trane, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
If it touches a sliver of bread, throw the sandwich away.
I know.
Throw the whole thing away.
Because now the whole sandwich tastes like a pickle.
It's contaminated.
Now it's the most rude food because no other food can touch that pickle and then it tastes like ham or like turkey.
Right.
Like
Ham's not that rude. Ham's polite.
Yeah. But
ham touches the pickle doesn't taste like ham.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
When you can't get to Double Dogs, bring Double Dogs to you. All you need to do is fetch and go. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure everyone in your family can enjoy their favorites. Now offering family-style dinner deals for a limited time. See our menu at www.doubledogs.biz and then give us a call to order. Come pick your order up curbside today at the Middletown Commons location. Take the night off and let Double Dogs do the cooking with Fetch and Go.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Phocus. Try it today.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288, or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Great Flood Brewing Company. Mention ESPN Louisville for a discount on your next appetizer at the Middletown location only. Former Louisville Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and reigning NFL MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are heading back to the playoffs after their blowout win against the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday, 38-3. Jackson had 3 touchdowns and 273 total yards. The Ravens will take on the Titans on Sunday in the first round of the playoffs. Also in football news, but this time in college, Louisville running backs coach Norville McKenzie is heading to Vanderbilt to be their running backs coach. McKenzie has spent the past 2 seasons with Louisville, but he is an alum of Vanderbilt. The Louisville football team did receive a bit of good news, though, as Louisville offensive lineman Cole Bentley has announced that he will take advantage of his extra year of eligibility in college and return to school. Bentley is currently a 3-year starter for the Louisville offensive line. The number 2 ranked Louisville women's basketball team had over 3 weeks off since their last game. This was due to several COVID-19 schedule changes, but they had a good weekend as they pulled off a 74-64 win over Northern Kentucky on Friday and then turned around and won 97-46 against Bellarmine on Saturday. The women's team will be back in action tomorrow as they'll host Tennessee Martin at the KFC Yum Center at 2:30. Some other changes to their schedule were announced over the weekend as well, as Louisville's home game against North Carolina that was scheduled for Tuesday will be rescheduled, and their game against Florida State on this Sunday has been postponed. Tennessee Martin has already replaced North Carolina on the Tuesday schedule, and Sunday's game against Florida State has already been replaced with Clemson, as the Cards will host them. Over the weekend, the Louisville men's basketball team improved to 7-1 on the year with a 76-64 win over Boston College. David Johnson led the way for the Cards with a career-high 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Cards will be back in action on Wednesday when they host number 24 Virginia Tech at 6:30. You'll be able to catch that on the ACC network. And last but certainly not least, several changes are happening in the NFL. The Cincinnati Bengals announced earlier today that they will be retaining Zach Taylor as their head coach for a 3rd season, despite his 6-25-1 record. Owner Mike Brown said, "We remain bullish on the foundation Zach is building, and we look forward to next year, giving our fans the winning results we want." And with the NFL draft order set, the Cincinnati Bengals will be picking number 5 in the 2021 NFL draft. On the other hand, the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to cut ties with their head coach Doug Marrone earlier today, and it is rumored that Urban Meyer might be taking over the Jaguars, who will retain the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, meaning they will probably draft Trevor Lawrence. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
DFH Company is the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Inquire about their Mitsubishi Mini Split for that hard to heat and hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
I do want to remind you, Louisville basketball takes on Virginia Tech Wednesday. Join Marcus Maben for the Louisville basketball pregame show at 6 p.m. on all stations.
Yes.
Immediately after the game, be sure to catch the official U of L Health postgame show with Ethan Moore around 8:30. Both shows on all sticks. How about that? Rolling. We're the first place.
Wait a minute. Why would you not have had us on all the stations?
Well, I mean,
no, get them out, move them out the way.
We do have to have
the best show.
Kentucky coverage, I guess.
Do we?
Yeah. It's ESPN Louisville. I mean, it's cover all the sports. So, but
I want my show on.
Okay.
Over everybody.
Fair enough. Well, we're the first place to take calls and hear live from Chris Mack. So also ESPN Louisville's the flagship station for Bellarmine Knights basketball. We've got a big win.
Coach D.
Catch every game on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app. Friday, Lipscomb at Bellarmine, 6:45 on 93.9 The Ville. And Saturday, Lipscomb at Bellarmine, 4:45 on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, son.
Yeah, Lipscomb was picked number 1 in the conference preseason. So
is Coach nervous?
He's foaming at the mouth
for the opportunity.
Yeah, for the opportunity for this game.
Okay, so I'm curious about those two.
Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, it'll take time.
Yeah, Texter. I mean, it's gonna. That's why that was kind of my point with Malik. He's going to have eight or 9 games before we even get to the conference tournament. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad question, but yeah, I mean, it's going to take him time. It's going to take Charles time. Like, I mean, if Charles comes back Wednesday or Saturday, I mean, I don't know that I'd expect him to play 40 minutes.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not playing that game. All right. So
okay. So speaking of David Johnson, workmanlike performance, would you say?
Yes.
Brian, do you know what
he's good?
Brian,
man.
give the fans the stats of our backcourt of David Johnson and Carleek Jones. I listen in the pregame show. I said it was one of those kind of like I'm being harsh on David today because it was like, okay, this is the days I needed you to grow up, David. Right? Like you can literally go out there and do this is me in a pregame show. David, you can literally do anything you want out on this court today. And I need you to go out there and do it. Like make me feel comfortable today that you can do anything you want.
You ready?
I am.
All right, so David Johnson played 37 minutes. He had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Carleek Jones, he had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists in 38 minutes.
Steve. Somewhere, Coach Crum is like, that's what I want out of my guards.
Yeah.
Guards with stats like big man. 20 and 8.
Yeah.
50. What do you have? 15 and what?
15, 9, and 6.
Golly.
You got a point guard, y'all, that goes on the road at 12 o'clock in the ACC and just went and got you 15, 9, and 6, Steve.
Yeah. That's a heck of a game, man.
David Johnson is a sophomore.
Yeah.
And he just went and got you 20 and 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a heck of a game.
Those are some numbers.
Yeah.
Give me some more stats, Brian. Give me some Jalen. I feel like getting irritated. Give me some Jalen Withers stats.
Some Jalen Withers stats. He went 22 minutes, 5 points, 7 rebounds, no assists.
7 boards.
7.
I like that. Okay, let me ask you this because I saw somebody put this, and I heard Drew a couple times kind of harp on this. Are you worried? Because I'm not. I guess I shouldn't even say that because I don't want to lead you anyway with that. But are you at all worried about David and Carleek's minutes?
I'm worried because I'm supposed to be, not because of anything I see.
But yeah, I mean, why are we supposed to be? I mean, really, I mean, I'm not saying they don't need a little bit.
Just traditionally as the coaching you, the fan of you got to need some rest, but
do you not want them playing at least 32 minutes a game?
Yeah, there's about a 5-minute difference that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's my point. Like I'll play the game a little bit, like, yeah, maybe not 38, 40 a game for them, but I'm only talking like 4 or 5 minutes here.
Max.
Yeah, max.
Yeah.
That's that I need.
Because if he played 29 minutes, you would be like, they didn't even play today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm looking up something.
Give me DeAndre.
He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal in 25 minutes. 5 of 5 field goals.
DeAndre Davis 5 of 5. They screwed up that stat because he missed one and got his own rebound.
ESPN has it as 5 of 5, 1 of 1 from 3.
Okay, they're wrong. I watched it with my own 2 eyes. They're wrong.
That's cool.
He turned around, shot it, got his own rebound, put it back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think he played well for the most part. He kind of, he's offensively, he's not been, but he didn't take a bunch of shots this game either. He kept the offense moving. He got some buckets where he needed. He hit the big 3 in the corner. Again, defensively, he was good.
Is every 3 big for us?
It's bigger than it was.
Yeah. It feels like
it's bigger than it was last year.
Because we don't shoot a lot of threes.
Because and we're not a great shooting team. Like we've got some guys that can shoot it pretty good. I mean, even David hit 4. But David,
wait a minute. Our point guard had 4 3-pointers mixed in with his 8 rebounds.
4 of 6 from 3.
4 of 6. It's pretty good. I'll take 4 of 6.
I mean, I'm sure he could have hit 7 if he felt like it.
Yeah, if he had nobody else on his team worth a piss, yeah, he probably could have taken 4 or 5 more.
I mean, if he went into like overtime or double overtime or something, you think he would have hit 2?
Yeah. Yes, if he's got a team standing around looking at him like, "Would you shoot?"
Somebody shoot.
We don't quite know what to do with it.
So, I don't know because coach isn't here anymore, and Bruiser Fent got to play in zone now. So. I think David could hit a couple threes.
Yeah, no, David's shooting it much better, man. Yeah, no, David is, look, enjoy David. Let's get this out of the way right now. Enjoy you some David Johnson in Louisville jersey because you got about 2 more months of it, 3 more months of it, hopefully. And that's it. They ain't gonna see him again. He's playing really well. But man, he can just do everything, and he showed it. He showed it, man. I mean, the reason I brought up David is because I probably feel the most confident with him shooting right now, oddly enough.
Okay, what's David's grade?
Oh, he's an A+. He was an A+, man. He was good on Saturday.
What's Carleek's grade?
He's probably an A.
I'm listening.
I don't know because I guess I hold him to 20 and 10 standards now.
David also had 1 block, and Carleek had 1 steal.
How many turnovers did they have? Somebody was asking on the text line here. Turnovers. How many turnovers did they have?
Oh, sorry. 14 total.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean for David and Carleek specifically.
4 combined, 3 from Jones and 1 from David.
Okay. I mean,
so David,
I'll take 4 between the 2 every day. Yeah.
So David had 28 and 3 with 1 turnover.
1 turnover.
And Carleek Jones had 15, 9, and 6.
Yeah.
With 3 turnovers.
And 2 of Carleek's turnovers were just like he probably were just, I don't want to say bonehead, but it was like just
the guy's right in front of him.
He wouldn't make that play ever again. Like it was 2 of them he tried to throw across court. It was just like, and both times he was like, he had that look like.
Listen,
I don't know.
Carleek was running back before the guy even stole the ball. Yeah,
the one, especially the one he threw it, and he just like, that's stupid. Like he just immediately took off down the floor.
He was running back on defense before the guy even stole the ball.
Yeah, because he did have a couple that was just like, what are you doing?
But when you have 6 assists,
yeah, you're trying. It's what Coach Mack said. You're trying to get the ball.
Would you take those stats out of your guards?
Somebody said, yes. Somebody said missed a couple front ends of 1-on-1s for Carl Leaks and knocks him down to an A. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. But again, and I get what the text line's doing. That's why it's not aggravating me. I get it. You're playing well. We're trying to nitpick them.
If you want to nitpick, Carlick was also 0 for 3 from 3.
Okay. But he only took 3.
Carlick?
Yeah.
He was 9 of 11 from the free throw line. He had 11 free throws.
But
this backcourt is as good.
Go do some laps, Carly.
I know. David, Carly, let's do something.
I love you.
Yeah.
We shot 47% from 3 as a team.
Punch each other.
Wait a minute. 47. You think most schools would sign up to shoot 47% from the 3 and not be considered a good 3-point shooting team, Steve?
84% from the free throw line as a team on 19 attempts. 11 of those were from Jones.
I don't know what to say. They were good. They were good. They were good
against an in-conference ACC team.
Yeah. Satterfield landed a grad transfer. Kendrick Duncan from Georgia Southern, safety.
What position was Russ East?
Safety.
Yeah.
He
was the Russ East replacement?
He was a Sun Belt all-conference performer.
Oh, no, Steve. No. Don't you do that right now. Don't you set this up right now, Steve. Where's he from?
Well, he played at Georgia Southern.
Sun Belt. Is that another one of those conferences that you can't grad transfer?
He's a native of Stockbridge, Georgia.
No, Steve, you're not allowed to do that around here.
Had 146 tackles, 6 interceptions in 3 seasons.
You're not allowed to do that, Steve. You can't come from any conference other than the SEC.
Played 6 games this year, had 28 tackles, 5 pass breakups, 2 interceptions.
This season.
All
right, we'll have to.
And he's got 2 years of eligibility left.
Have to do a little video. Look up on him, Steve. Just throw that in there, Satterfield, while you're chilling. But go get me a running backs coach right now.
I know. Anyways, so yeah, just wanted to throw that out there since people were listening.
So Carlick is an A.
I think so. Maybe people grade different. I thought he was an A. He was good. Like I said, man, this
I think he's an A+, man.
He probably was.
I
just was like, well, do I give both my point guards A+ or not? I don't
Steve,
know.
Think about what world you live in.
Yeah.
You just gave a guy a guy had 15 and almost 15 and 10. Well, I'm sorry. He had LeBron James numbers, and Steve is talking about.
Well, I guess that's a good point. He did miss the front end of 2 what he was. He was 9-11, but those misses are going to cost you. So 6 assists is not really.
I don't know. I was like, give him a C. I don't know.
No, he is an A+.
He was awesome.
Listen,
the backcourt was awesome. The backcourt just pisses excellence, Marcus. God, they're just good, and I'm scared to. I think I'm scared to say it.
You know why I give him the A+? I was replaying his game. Want to know why I gave Carlick the A+?
Listen,
a couple of those, they get a bucket. They look like they got something going. Your boy Hart hits the bucket. They're full court pressing us. Carlick, think about this. You inbound the ball to your point guard.
Okay.
In a kind of a pressure situation. They cut it to 8 or whatever.
Okay.
Your point guard against a full court press dribbles it all the way up the entire court. Never passes it. Hits a floater right at the dotted line.
Yeah.
We're back on defense.
Yes.
I look, but our team is
tough with scoring. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah.
And when a guy can break a press by himself and go straight to the basket and get a free throw or get a bucket, and you didn't have to make one pass, not only is that uplifting for your own team, it's another coach. If you want to make another sideline anxious, have your point guard dribble all the way up the court and score a bucket with no passes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their coach is over there. You remember how fast they called the timeout in the second half?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
2 possessions in.
2 possessions in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you come out like that, you put some uncomfortableness on that other sideline. It's like we look like we can't stop him. Now we look stupid. Now we can't press. And you remember I told you guys going into the year, I'm wondering about how we're going to handle these presses because a press should be, oh my God, they're pressing, y'all. They're pressing. Sound the alarm. They're pressing. Somebody's going to get a dunk or we're about to get a lot of points. David Johnson. And after he did it, David Johnson did it, going straight to the basket.
Yeah.
There's no hesitation. A+ out of both of my back.
Well, Carleek, I loved what he did too. He started to, when the press started to come, he started just to go all the way to the paint.
Yes.
And then he would decide at that point, did we have something? If not, and he wasn't afraid to turn it back out.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm going to get to the heart and figure something out. And then we'll decide from there.
Put them on their heels.
Yeah.
So that's why he's A+.
I thought they were good.
Okay, Jalen Withers.
Jalen was a B. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad this game, I didn't think. 5 and 7. I'd like to see more point total coming out. 7. That's a lot of rebounds, man.
I want to give him a Coach Matt grade, right?
Yeah.
But Marcus Maben, listen. You go down the lane, they give you a perfect bounce pass, you're wide open by yourself, you lay up that basketball. Yeah. I'm never going to give you anything higher than a C.
That's fair. That's fair.
Until you change your attitude. But he had such a great attitude out there on the defensive end.
Yeah.
I saw him playing tougher. I mean, he still fought. Like, I saw him working some things out of his genetics, you know what I'm saying? Out of his DNA. Sure. Like, you still fall, you still give up an extra bit. Oh my God, Steve. He posted up one time. He rode his guy. Oh, B. You know what? I'm gonna do something about this dunking thing, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta separate this from listen, people, to this evening, go back and look at Jalen Withers in the post, get wide. He rode his guy all the way up the entire lane and sealed them. Like, had a, like, I don't know if we made a bad pass to get the ball to him, but he was physical on the offensive end. He was spreading. He was giving them a target. Like, Jalen played well, man. He played well. I'm listening.
I'll talk later.
Let me get to the phone lines then. Rose, thanks for joining us on 93.
Ross.
Oh, Ross. Sorry, Ross. Ross, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up,
Feeling
man?
Good.
So, we all know, I mean, at least I thought it was pretty obvious that the Wisconsin game, like from the very jump, like Wisconsin played a great game and they looked like they were better, but I really do believe if it wasn't for that 18-day layoff that game would have been much closer. I think it was just a combination of us being off so long and that was just a situation where Wisconsin, I felt like, knew that they could jump on us early, and that was going to kind of just really almost put the game away. You hate to say that, but I mean, you could just watch that in the first half, and it just, like, our defensive rotations were just like an entire, like, pass too slow. I mean, everything, like you've been kind of alluding to, like, everything was just constantly in recovery mode, and we just looked super slow. And with a team like Wisconsin, the style of ball they play, how they're real sharp about passing it around the perimeter and stuff, that's just not going to work. So I think it was just a combination of both things. But that being said, I think what we're seeing right now with Withers is very encouraging, because I think it's a lot of stuff that we've heard even since going into, like, last year at practices when he was redshirting or whatever, like, this guy's got a lot of talent. And I think now, like, he's either gotten the wake up call or or is starting to kind of feel himself in a good way.
Yep.
You know, he just seems to kind of slowly he's starting to come out some. And, you know, Marcus, you made a comment on your late night show about how there was a rebound, like before whatever game it was before the Kentucky game. Somebody, like one of our guards, took the ball away from Jalen, and Jalen kind of just like backed off, kind of like just put his hands up.
Right.
And, you know, I don't know if you, like this past game against Boston College, like it was him and maybe Sam, which Sam's a pretty good rebounder, I think. You know, he's pretty physical and gets in there. And Jalen grabbed the ball. I mean, he two-handed it, held it high, and like he pulled it away, and he was like, "This is my ball," you know. And that's kind of something like that you and Steve and all of us kind of been, you know, saying like we need to see that kind of expressive body behavior from him. And I think what we're seeing right now is that we're seeing him kind of starting to blossom a little bit, and that's a good thing. So, you know, hopefully that can continue. I really like what I see from this team. Like, again, the 18-day layoff thing was just, to me, I felt more that was an anomaly more than anything, like just because of COVID and everything. I mean, we were playing so dang good before that, and then it was just like polar opposite watching them come and play after the layoff. So I think, you know, and it's just crazy. Like, I didn't know that much about Midland, but somebody sent me the tape of him versus Gonzaga last year in their tournament or whatever. And I mean, and then that dude can ball a little bit. So, I mean, like, that's going to be a welcome addition coming off the bench. And I think it's going to make Sam work harder, because he ain't going to be – Sam's, I thought, been playing well, but we can still get more from him. So, anyways, I like the direction the team's going, man. And I really love this team because college basketball is guard-driven, and our guards are legit. I mean, there's no way around it. We have a great backcourt.
Right. You remember
Steve,
we actually didn't have Carleague against Wisconsin too. Like, let's not forget about that.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. And that, you know, I'll make this one point and I'll get off here. But like, you know, so y'all were saying that somebody was saying about, you know, our guards playing too many minutes. There's nothing to be concerned about with them playing that much, because, like you said, we want them on the floor. Like we absolutely want them on the floor because we're a better team when they're out there. The only thing you worry about is that maybe there's not some other guys getting more rotation that they could, because you always know if you're going to have that run in March Madness, you're going to end up in a position where one of your star players is going to be, you know, in a situation early in the first half of 2000, you're going to have to possibly take them to the bench.
Right.
And you need to have somebody step up. So it's really just a matter of question of like, who is going to be that guy if that were to happen? And those are all what ifs, but, you know, there's no reason to really be concerned with that right now, other than that. That's all, but it's not important to talk about until you actually get to that situation. So you know, as long as we're not running the tires off these guys, I mean, Carleague looks like he's getting stronger. COVID was killing him. Like, he couldn't breathe like 8 minutes into games, like just a week ago or more. So he looks like he's getting stronger to me again. He's starting to get his health back. So anyway, thanks for taking my call, guys, and go Cards.
Appreciate it,
Go
man.
Cards. I appreciate it. He wanted to talk basketball.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
yeah,
it, man.
Totally.
I'm okay with it.
And we're going to keep it rolling along. Joel, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Happy New Year, fella. Man, I thought I rambled a lot, man. That guy there. But hey, I like it. Yeah, man. I mean, kind of to piggyback real quick off that guy or what he was talking about,
Ross.
you guys have talked about. But after that, I knew, and you could see it even in that Pitt game. And I called in after that game to a show and was talking about it. Just didn't look like they had the wind back underneath them yet. They didn't have that conditioning yet. And you could tell it. And it's like you said, Marcus, you take 10 days off. I mean, imagine, you know, I took 10 days off at the house and didn't do anything. Then all of a sudden I'm going to wake up on that 11th day and go run about 3 or 4 miles. I'm going to be winded. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a minute to get yourself back underneath you. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, I don't know what you guys think. I think with those two guys, that backcourt, I mean, this is, in my opinion, and, obviously things happen and it's early as far as predictions go, but it's a Sweet 16 team at least right now, I think. I think it can go a lot further than that, depending on, what the Menling guy does and obviously Malik coming back and things like that. But this team is very promising and they're just getting better and better. Now, granted, we don't know if another outbreak or anything will happen between now and the next couple of months, which maybe it will, who knows, but where they're sitting at right now, man, it looks very promising and I'm excited for the team. But that's all I got, fellas. This Happy New Year, and it's exciting to watch these games with these guys growing and getting better.
Listen,
have a good one.
100%. Breaking news: they're going to expand the tournament to exactly 144 teams.
I know. It's not true, but that is funny. Well, unfortunately, though, they still have to play more games, so that probably will be lower than that.
You know how many people just believed you with that?
I know.
Mike, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Thanks, guys. Man, what a great weekend. Just a couple of points, and mostly about our chemistry. So, you can have bad team chemistry and be a good team, and I think we've got. I like this chemistry more than I've seen in the past, and I think Steve's mentioned it before, but. So after the Kentucky game, when Sam was in foul trouble, didn't have a good game, he was the most hyped guy in the locker room. And we've seen guys pout before after wins, right? When they didn't play a lot or something happened. But Sam was the most hyped guy in there. I love seeing that. But the other day, man, there was two plays in particular that just kind of got me out of my chair. And one of them was the pass Quinn made to Jalen when Jalen kind of blocked his guy off at the free throw line and had the whole lane. And Quinn threw just a perfect lead pass and was screaming for the and one. I love that, man. He was the loudest one, screaming for the and one, and pretty animated that the ref wouldn't give it to him. And then the other play where Quinn had nothing to do with was when G Wiz got that offensive rebound and put back. And if you look in the background, Quinn's jumping up, pumping his fist, and he's the happiest guy on the court, man. And I just think that just bodes well for our chemistry. Every time you see a timeout in the huddle, you see kind of David and Carlik talking to each other about what's going on and kind of directing traffic. Man, I love that about this team, man. Good, bad, or ugly, the chemistry, man, is great on this team from afar. I don't know how it is in the locker room, but I'm telling you, from looking at the games and from looking at the locker room videos and from seeing how they act on the court, win, lose, or draw, man. I mean, I think this chemistry is a big deal, and I think we have it this year. Thank you, guys.
No, listen, I do appreciate the call.
G-Wiz is such a good nickname.
I
still can't get over that.
So Mike, your two favorite plays were Quinn and Gabe.
Mine too. I'm like you put some credit on him.
Quick commercial break. We're gonna have to talk about that video.
Oh yeah,
man, y'all don't go nowhere. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
When you can't get to Double Dogs, bring Double Dogs to you. All you need to do is fetch and go. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure everyone in your family can enjoy their favorites. Now offering family-style dinner deals for a limited time. See our menu at www.doubledogs.biz and then give us a call to order. Come pick your order up curbside today at the Middletown Commons location. Take the night off and let Double Dogs do the cooking with Fetch and Go.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Focus. Try it today.
When you are buying or selling a home, you have a ton of questions that need to be answered. Well, what if I could answer those questions with 3 simple words? Call Josh Jarbo. Josh specializes in residential real estate, getting buyers the home of their dreams and sellers top dollar for their home with the best negotiating skills in the industry. And if you tell him you heard about him right here, you'll receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. So contact Josh Jarbo today at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288 or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
They go, well, it's almost basketball season. It's almost basketball season. Well, now we just beat you in basketball. And what's your whole pivot? Well, we're not that good. Well, I don't freaking care if you're not that good. You're Kentucky. We're Louisville. We just beat you. Time to go home. And if you're going to say Radford Warrior and all this stuff and mimicking Keytrell Clark and all this stuff, Keytrell Clark, second team all ACC, okay, Strebel? The Radford Warrior just dropped 20 on your head and got the most important rebound of the game. And that's meanwhile amongst all of your 5-star players, 4-star players, ESPNU, rah, 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 and all the fart in the bathtub humor that you get over there at KSR, and they're all beating their chest saying that they're the Monstars and all this stuff. You got Calipari saying, I got a good team. Well, no, you don't. You're 1-6. And you did all this talking, and you lose, and it's time to take your medicine. And you could say, oh, well, we suck. Well, I know you suck.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
Many people have figured out over the last few months what a great thing it is to have a home gym. And many of our listeners have figured out what most of our staff already knew around here, and that's that Fitness Market is the place to turn to when you're starting or adding to your home gym. Right now, Fitness Market is loaded up on strength equipment, dumbbells, kettlebells, squat racks, power racks. Fitness Market has tripled the amount of inventory they normally have, and you can see it all in their newly expanded showroom on the corner of Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail. They have all the great brands like Hoist, Spirit, Body Solid, you name it. The highest quality equipment is at Fitness Market. I love the Precore treadmill I've had for a couple of years from there, and the adjustable dumbbells have proven to be invaluable over the last few months. So head on over to Fitness Market now. They have 2 locations, Westport Road inside the Snyder and Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, where they have their newly expanded showroom. Or check them out online at thefitnessmarket.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
This is what it's like in this radio station working with Steve Rummage.
Okay.
We're all deep into conversation. We're in the grade segment and all this good stuff, and we're deep into it, right? I look over at Steve, and Steve's nose is literally touching his cell phone. And he moves his cell phone out of his way, and he's smirking. And you can tell he doesn't want to have a show for at least 5 minutes. He wants to go to commercial break, and he wants to show me something. Steve just showed me the video of what conference, Steve?
Sunbelt.
Yeah, our new Sunbelt grad transfer. Y'all know, Steve and myself. By the way, I do think the hair on Jalen Withers
kind of changed his attitude a little bit.
I think it did. And by the way, I'm really happy Dickie V got his congratulations to Dante Allen tweet sent out.
You have to read it.
Dick Vitale 1 minute ago. He's happy for the kid, happy for a kid like Dante Allen who finally got a real chance. And did he deliver at Coach Calipari at Kentucky men's basketball at Jerry Tipton, Kentucky.com/sports/college basketball. I'm glad he got that out though. Good job. Thanks, Dick.
I'm glad they got the guy at Bleacher Report to also retweet the video, the locker room video of the celebration.
It's always good to have
to turn things around after an overtime road win at Mississippi State. That's a turnaround. Like, I didn't know we lived in a world where all you need is one game. You can literally be 1-6 or 1-7, Steve, or whatever they are, and win one game, and everybody say you turned around your whole season.
I know. Well, not everybody.
You're right. So, thanks for interrupting. With the Dick Vitale news, it's good news to hear. So, Steve has to go to commercial, y'all. He's excited. Steve and I like to look at the little details around the guy first. Where'd you say he was from again?
Stonebridge, Georgia.
I like saying names like Stonebridge, Stonebrook, Georgia, Mount whatever, Georgia, right? I like saying names like that, right?
Yeah.
I also like when my players come in, and have y'all seen like Derrick Henry's hair? Like, you know how like, he has a lot of hair, but it's all in just one big thick rope straight to the back. Like, I don't really have time to do my hair. My job is to be a monster out here on this football field.
Yes.
I don't have time to be getting my hair, maintained.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to Derrick Henry the whole back, all of my hair. And then you see this guy, you see these videos where he's towering over, some opponents, and he looks very, very aggressive. And then you see the highlights of, put it this way, at first glance, you're going to think he's physical enough to be on this team and be on this field. Looks like an early contributor, Steve, would you say?
Yes.
And this is like I said, this is just us doing a little bit of quick highlight stuff. I mean, we can, we'll be able to dig in detail a little more, but I think you'll like the first glance, guys.
I totally agree.
Softball Dad Dustin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, a number of things, but just and look, I'm not going to overproduce or try to take anybody's job, but I just had a thought.
I'm listening.
So, Bobby V does We Want to Know Wednesdays and Fred Cowgill Tuesdays or whatever. I came up with just a small theme. I think you may want to consider maybe a Pumpkin Spice Friday and a Thanks Stick Monday.
Thanks Stick Monday.
Yeah. That's a great one.
That's the one.
All right, y'all figure out the rest of the week. If you can't, I will.
Look,
what if we did?
What do you think about that segment on Monday, Marcus?
No, I appreciate
like the
that
name?
call.
What if we did a Dick Tweets Monday?
Dick Tweets.
Who's going to sponsor? Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. Somebody call Scott Kennedy. Moby Dick's Dick Tweets.
I really don't know what to do with that one.
Dickie V. Let's do it.
Yeah. Chargers, our head coach Anthony Lynn. You said what? Is something going to catch my attention?
No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. But I'm glad he got that out there, though. That was really good. So
the Dick Vitale.
Yeah, good for him. So there's that.
I bet he tweets again about Kentucky within the next
20 minutes.
Within the next 2 hours, Steve. I bet he tweets another Kentucky props.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you he does.
I would agree with that. Yeah. So Anyway, so there's that. The transfer, I'm with you, man. I like that. That's a good pickup for the squad. Now you've got him.
At first glance, again, we won't jump off the ledge.
Yeah, you've got him. But I like, him, Keitrell Clark. But again, that's what excites you about going into another year is when you start adding new pieces and things to a team that struggled.
And I like grad transfers.
Again, not when you bring that whole team back.
A team that struggled and whole team back.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be great this year. Okay. Right. Well, yeah, maybe.
Are we still in grades?
Or maybe they're not good. I don't know. Throwing it out there. Just toss that one out and you can do what you want with that one. No, I mean, this one was kind of tough to grade though. Seriously. Because I think that this one was this Boston College game, outside of David and Carleek, who I think were clearly A's and A pluses or whatever. The rest of it, man, it was almost just like a team grade. Like I really think our team got a solid A for look defensively. You're coming together. Okay. All right. That's the second time you tweeted it. Our text. You're gonna have to address this one. Charles Menlin is similar to Alvin Sims.
Okay, you said it out loud, Steve. Now you address it.
I'm not addressing it. I don't think that. I didn't say that.
Charles Menlin is not Alvin Sims. Don't ever text that again. Listen, yeah. Like I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna be demeaning about it or anything. I'm just gonna say, don't ever text that again. To me,
no, and it's a good texter. It's not knocking the text.
No, I'm protective of Alvin Sims. Just don't do it. It's not worth me watching Charles Menlin in a game and going, as soon as he misses a dunk, me going, and somebody thinks that that's Alvin Sims, and it's a good texter, like, and Charles Menlin's gonna run into me, and I'm like, do you think you're better than Alvin Sims? And he's gonna be like, who like, what?
You be like, who's Alvin Sims?
No, who said that? Oh no, he might know his history, but
who dis?
Yeah, but I'm telling you that.
like, no, get out of here. Get out of my brain. Yeah, no, that's funny.
You read the whole thing?
It's like, get out of my head. So anyways, no.
Quinn, great.
Quinn was good. I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I think everybody else was kind of like a B.
Did Josh Nickelberry get pulled for a setback jumper?
I thought that was a good shot. I don't care. Look, I'll fight that one to the death. I think it's a good shot.
Do you think Mac pulled him because of that? Because it looked like he turned around and sent somebody in for Josh, right there on the spot.
I know, and that may not have been the case, but I feel like that was a pretty good shot.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at the two plays before that.
I know,
just to see like.
I know somebody, Texter says he definitely did. Like, yeah, I think you're right, Texter.
Because he pulled him on that shot.
But I was like, I thought that was a good shot. I was like, what? I mean, this, between his legs, step back. I mean,
unless he's not shot that shot in practice a lot.
And maybe, it's something he's told him not to do. I mean, yeah, and it was too early. That's probably true, but.
Max,
I want my guys to score,
Mac doesn't snatch on a shot though,
and it was dead on. He just missed it. I mean, it was in and out.
And the other three he shot went in and out.
Yeah,
he
now the one he just
the heat check
he jacked the one. It's just like
I like the Josh Nickelberry the heat check shot, but even the next one he got, the next clean look he got, it went down and out.
He's a scorer, man. Like I'm okay with that. Like I don't know. But again, that's Coach Mac. Like, and you know what? I'm 7-1. So
and
whatever you say goes.
And
bro.
we owe him an apology right now anyway, just for doing the Aiden thing. Like I'm telling you, during that game, I went completely into a different world. Like, dude, there's no way Aiden is ready to know these rotations.
I know.
But I really didn't appreciate until this year how good a Coach Mack team can look on defense when they're connected.
That's a good point.
Because I watched him with juniors and seniors that weren't his.
Yeah.
And weren't necessarily tough defenders.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah, like
That's
Ryan
not a bad point.
McMahon can't do what, like if Ryan McMahon is my guard. Christian Cunningham is my guard. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's my backcourt, they're not looking like David, Carleek, and DeAndre.
No, I mean, that's what I say. You have, I mean, we kind of go straight to the big man situation, but I mean, you have a long Denny Crum looking team. I mean, like where it's like, yeah, you may not have a huge big man. You know, you got Malik, and I mean, Gabe's 6'10" and Malik's 6'11" when he gets back. But everybody else outside of Carleek, you got one guy that's 6'4". Everybody else is 6'5" or above. Outside of Carleek and Josh. Josh is 6'4", Carleek is 6'1". Everybody else is 6'5" or higher. Across the board. I mean, and you go back and you watch some of them Crum teams, man, and it was just like, God, they're huge. I was watching some of your games, and I was just like, they're massive. I mean, just huge. You got guys out there like Tobiah Hopper looking like, you're like, is he a two guard or a center? Like, you know, it's like you just couldn't tell.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of the way Louisville's team is right now, man. Like, you're like, okay, what position? Who plays what? Like,
everybody. Yeah, everybody. Look, Sam, get the ball, get up the court.
Yeah.
Tony Williams, get the ball, get up the court. Nate, get up the court.
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all even like waiting for Carleek to come back? Like, but you understand, like, okay, it's funny you say that. Like, you understand the names a coach can call you. It is like, are you like, wait a minute, you just got this rebound, but that's where I say the Kenny Payne effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like OG coaches will say, Sam, you got the ball. You got the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big goofy guy guarding you. You mean to tell me you can't dribble the ball up the court and look and see if you have an opportunity to take him? Like you don't want to eat. Like, what's wrong with you?
By the way, I will that Chris Mack just said Charles Minlin will not play against Virginia Tech, but is participating in practice, and his availability for later games will be determined by how he responds. So that sounds like Saturday, if all goes well. It's about what I was thinking. I was thinking probably not going to turn around and play Wednesday.
I thought he was going to throw him in there for some minutes. But again, you cannot have any screw-ups on this kind of defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have screw-ups.
Yeah. Okay, one thing. Let me. Is Chris Mack like? Does he have like a press conference today or something? I don't know. It's like,
you mean like it's one going on right now or something?
Yeah,
I think it would be incident tomorrow because he does it the day before a game.
Yeah, unless he's just talking. Unless he's just maybe he's got an ACC conference call or something right now.
He just went live.
Just go live. Speaking of that, they did announce the tournament sites for the NCAA tournament. Bankers Life Fieldhouse. That's what we thought.
I'm never going there again.
Hinkle. If we play there, I'm out. Hinkle.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Okay, it's the ACC coaches teleconference.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right, cool. Well, then if anything, good. Charles is probably the biggest thing to come out of that then. So if anything else comes out, we'll pass that along. Hinkle Fieldhouse. I think that's going to be kind of neat. Indiana Farmers Coliseum. I mean, this is going to be just basketball
purism.
Mackey Arena, so up in Purdue.
Okay.
Assembly Hall, IU, and Lucas Oil will have 2 courts, 1 game at a time.
I'll go to Lucas.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You really jumped out on a limb there.
Yeah, me too. But no, it's that's going to be kind of neat, man, because it's going to be very intimate basketball and Lucas Oil, but basketball settings, like historical, like it's going to have a feel of like a real basketball. Look, and then look.
Go ahead and do it.
And then for all my delegation listening out there, we're going to have Gonzaga and Iowa. And this
is the year.
I mean, did I wake up? Is it 1940? Like, what the heck, dude? Like, what's going on here?
Well, we're gonna have a Kentucky Texas Wesleyan in the championship.
Great runner there by Jack Smith.
Oh
no, but I mean, I'm kind of in for that, man. I think it's going to be a cool little, considering the circumstances. And
I know, and I'm going to be moody, and I'm going to kind of like hate on everything just because I think I got a good team this year.
Well, no, but I kind of like that.
No,
shoot, right up in Indy. Well, it's all over Indiana because obviously West Lafayette and different places.
Doesn't matter where it is, Steve. I'm going to be like, of course they would send us to West Lafayette. Of course they put us in
the furthest place away.
Right. Of course. Oh, look, we lose in Bankers Life. So where do you send Louisville? Straight to Bankers Life. We're done, y'all. I mean, listen, last time we had a 2 seed in Bankers Life Fieldhouse, I mean, we lost in the Final Four, but we're done. You know
where the serious yelling is going to come though? When you get Purdue in West Lafayette, or no, I don't know if
there's no way they would.
Do you think they'll do that? Do you think they'll say,
you know what, this year,
you can't play?
This year they would. This year they would. They'd say, listen, because this is a state where all the games are being played here.
Yeah.
Hey, Indiana just got Louisville at home.
Yeah.
Purdue versus Louisville, West Lafayette.
I know.
Sorry, guys. Like we couldn't.
I'm kind of here for it though. I don't know. I think it's going to be neat. So whatever. Oh, but that's it, man. You know what? It is a big week. It is a big week. You've got Virginia Tech and then Georgia Tech on Saturday. I mean, that comment there made me think Charles is a good chance. Charles plays Saturday against Georgia Tech. Wednesday night, you're going to have a full.
Is Coach Matt going based on what he needs for certain games?
That's a funny text. Yeah, sure. I mean, I
like maybe Virginia Tech's all shooters, so I need this kind of guy for this kind of game.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Oh, okay. I don't feel like, you're right. Like, I don't feel like we need to go through like the hot grades because it was pretty much a generally good game. For everybody. There's stuff we didn't cover. I'm gonna have fun digging into the background of our new grad transfer.
Yeah.
And probably gonna poke my eye out.
I know. With a hot iron. But anyways, no, look, I'm ready for it, man. Look, tomorrow we'll reset. We'll get some things rolling. We'll figure out what, moving forward kind of, and around here 24 hours, something, you never know what could happen.
I'll be on the lookout for Dick Vitale tweets.
Oh yeah.